Chainsaw Man movie was absolute cinema. And if you haven't watched it for whatever reason, go watch it right now. And if for some reason you haven't caught up with the actual anime, go watch the 12 episodes and then go buy a ticket and go watch it right now. First things first, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Did you guys watch the Chainsaw Man movie? If you guys have, please let me know what you guys' thoughts in the comments down below, what your rating is, and what you guys liked or disliked about the movie. Because, man, holy, oh man. This is going to be another, like, mini spoiler-free review in regards to the Chainsaw Man movie, just like how I did with the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle arc. That was almost over a month ago, which is kind of crazy to think about, I'm not gonna lie. This is the Chainsaw Man movie, the Reze Arc. Oh my goodness, man. Holy, what a movie, man. First things first, and I watched this on a Saturday, but basically it was almost kind of like on a whim, because I completely forgot that it released only a few days ago. And I kind of went through my entire schedule for this weekend, and I literally was not doing anything at all. So I'm like, man, why don't I just go ahead and buy a ticket, go to the local AMC, and just go ahead and watch this damn thing, because why not? And I'm so glad that I did, because I'm 100% just going to go ahead and watch it again at some point. There's just no way. Once again, just going to be another spoiler-free review. So I'm going to try and just say things that, you know, hopefully, like, if you've watched the movie, you will probably obviously know what I'm going to be talking about. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. For me personally, I love Chainsaw Man. Thing is, though, I'm not caught up on the manga at all, but I remember, like, reading through at least, I think, the end of part 1 a couple of months after the first season ended, which was back in, like, late 2022, early 2023. I remember reading this specific arc, and, you know, it did take a couple of years for this sequel movie to even release, because I think, you know, there was just a lot of things happening with MAPPA, you know, to get their schedule. You know, MAPPA's always just doing a lot of things, but at the same time, maybe you guys just don't know this, but they also changed the director from season 1 to this movie. And it was most likely because the Japanese audience did not like the direction that season 1 brought. Now, the thing is, though, for me personally, I am a huge fan of how season 1's direction looked. I was a huge fan of how, you know, the art direction looked. I just like the overall feeling toward it. It definitely felt like a cinematic experience from episode to episode, but in this movie you can kind of tell, like, even though it is a movie and there are obviously, it's gonna feel cinematic no matter what, it definitely felt a bit more colorful. It definitely felt a little bit more anime because I don't know how to exactly explain it, but if you watch season 1 and then you compare kind of like the artistic direction from season 1 to this movie, you can kind of tell there's a couple more comedic stuff in the movie here, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me that I've noticed, but yeah, it's definitely a huge thing that I've at least noticed. But I'm not saying that's a bad thing. If anything, I really thought it was really good. The direction in this movie was absolutely amazing. It's just that in this movie, it introduces Reze, who is a centric character into this specific arc. And if I'm being completely honest with you, the fact that they made this entire arc into a movie, I'm honestly a big fan of it, because I think it was like, what, 15 chapters of this entire arc. It definitely works as a movie, and the movie itself isn't actually even that long, when I guess when you compare it to like the Infinity Castle, where it was almost 3 hours. This one's, I think, almost 2 hours. I think it's like an hour 30 minutes, maybe an hour 45 or something like that. While it was an arc that was made into this movie, it didn't feel like nothing was drawn out, nothing overstated its welcome. It was a nice arc filled into a movie, and everything honestly just kind of made a lot of sense in terms of like the pacing wise. It was really good. I didn't really have too many complaints about that. But I will say is that in terms of like the way it looked, might as well say this first, Reze is such an amazing character, especially from start to finish of this movie. You just feel for Reze so much by the end of it all. And her voice acting, I forgot her name, Reina Ueda. She did an amazing job voice acting Reze. And she's also voiced characters from, as you guys can see, Frieren, Demon Slayer, Solo Leveling, Kaguya-sama, Tokyo Ghoul, Fruits Basket, and so many more. She just did an absolute amazing job. But then again, I feel like whenever it comes down to like these characters and getting great voice actors or voice actresses, it's just they always nailed the VA casting easily. So she did an amazing job voice acting Reze here whenever it came down to just like her happy-go-lucky girl and then, you know, the other side. Yeah, man, oh my goodness, like literally I can't really go into too much. The overall look of this anime, once again, just this movie, it just looked absolutely amazing. I'm just gonna say this one word, and if you watch the movie, you already know what I'm referring to, but there were just a couple of scenes where it just looked, I was just speechless. I was like, wow, like look at what's happening on screen right now. And it was the pool. Oh, you already know what I'm talking about, but you're probably shaking your head and you're like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, just everything from this movie, from like, you know, the character design, everyone just looked great. Didn't really look like a step up, but it's still Mappa, like, yeah, they're still doing up to their standards. The animation always hits in regards to Mappa. It's just so good. Maybe when reading the manga, there was definitely a couple times where I kind of got lost. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Like, especially when it comes down to the fights, I always kind of get lost where everyone's at. I really do. So, you know, seeing it all animated definitely cleared some things up. It's been years since I've read this arc specifically, but it's kind of just like this whole thing where you read it, you know they're fighting, you just don't know where they're at. You just don't know where they're at. Maybe it's just me. Maybe that's just me thing. I have no idea. Just seeing everything animated, just how explosive this anime movie was, just how amazingly animated this was, but also the music, the sound design, the sound editing. Oh my goodness, man, just so good. I feel like in regards to Chainsaw Man, it always just hits. The opening and ending themes, like, I don't remember their theme names, but so good to listen to, especially with the ending theme where, you know, the credits just start rolling and you're just sitting there. It's like, oh, what in the... And then you just hear the song. It's like, oh my god. Sit there and just awe almost because of what you just watched, and it's just the impact of this specific arc is just so good, because this is definitely one of my favorite arcs in Chainsaw Man. So seeing it animated just did everything justice. I'm pretty sure 99% of the time it was 1-to-1. Yeah, man, it's just so good. This entire movie was just so amazing. You just have to go in ahead and watch this right now. You literally have to go in ahead, just buy a ticket and watch it, and then just be amazed at the 1 hour and however so minutes it is, because you're going to sit there after this movie, and honestly, I'm still kind of like processing it right now. I'm like, wow, dude, wow. You just have to watch this movie, and I highly recommend it. I'm just so glad that I just had the opportunity to watch this movie specifically, because, like, if you guys remember, and especially if you watched season 1 of Chainsaw Man, you would know that at the end of the last episode, they basically teased Reze and that cafe that she's working at. Seeing that tease and then seeing it animated now, they did it so justice. Mappa did it so justice. So props to them. And this is just an amazing movie. Just seeing, like, again, like in terms of like the character development, because of what this character has gone through, or multiple characters have gone through, and then you kind of just realize like what in the end this movie was pretty much all about. It's heartbreaking to think about when you really think about it, but that's all I'm gonna say, because I don't want to spoil things. Maybe you guys already know what I'm talking about, but that's all I'm gonna say in regards to my review. Now, in terms of the future, I really hope that, you know, I don't think they announced a sequel yet in regards to Chainsaw Man, but I'm really hoping we at least get another TV series season. I don't remember if the next arc is too long to make a movie out of. I might have to go ahead and check it out and look it up really quick. I wouldn't mind another movie, but I kind of want to get that season 1 late 2022 feeling again, where, you know, I watch it weekly and then just be amazed at like what's happening once again. Hey guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my mini spoiler-free review. This is absolutely a movie that you have to drop everything to go watch. And I'm so glad that I went ahead and just, you know, I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead. I'm not going to wait for everybody, because usually I try to watch it with my cousin specifically and his friends, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and watch this thing, and I'm so glad that I did. So I hope you guys go ahead and check it out. And if you haven't already watched Chainsaw Man, What are you doing? Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button and stay tuned for more anime videos and more content on AZ Plus. So thank you guys so much. Bye bye.